me begin the discussion tonight by asking Crystal, yesterday, were you in Parliament? Could you tell us what went through in Parliament? I know you've narrated this. Yesterday we were on radio together again, but what happened in Parliament yesterday?
Yes, I was in Parliament yesterday when everything kicked off. I remember I was sat with Oburu Odinga and Edwin Sifuna and Beth Siango together watching the final vote from the National Assembly when they were talking about the finance bill, bringing it to a close and voting for it. And as we finished or concluded that particular sitting with the other members of Parliament, senators, we now went to the National Assembly side because there's two sides of Parliament, right? We walked over from Senate to the National Assembly to join our colleagues from the National Assembly who are now leaving chambers. We were now proceeding to the gate to go and meet protesters because we had heard that protesters had now reached our gate at Parliament buildings. So we went outside together, all Azimio MPs and senators together, chanting, you know, showing our dissatisfaction for what had just happened moments ago. And that is when all hell broke out. I remember that tear gas all of a sudden flew. Young kids were screaming outside of the gate, trying to push themselves in. Police were putting out of force onto these young children. We were inside of the gate and they were just outside of the gate. And then a few moments went by and I lost my security guard. I was being pulled here and there by other members of Parliament trying to, you know, get me into safety. And then I was reunited with my security, and finally we were able to find the tunnel. There's a tunnel which goes under the road, the main road, to Bunge Towers, the new Bunge Towers. So I was able to evacuate.
But no member of Parliament was hurt in the melee?
No, there were no members of Parliament who were hurt. Some of them took refuge inside the chambers. They were locked inside chambers. Others went to different offices, hid underneath chairs and tables. Others were bunched into ambulances. I remember 9 senators were put into an ambulance for safety so that they can try and evacuate. But then they found protesters at the road who stopped them and said, "Who is in this ambulance? Knock, knock, knock."
Okay.